10 meters underwater, in near total darkness, a man is kicking at the back window of a submerged bus, trying to break the glass with his legs. The water is freezing and thick with silt. He cannot see his own hands. Inside that bus are dozens of people who are drowning right now, in the dark, in front of him. He has about 25 seconds of air before he has to surface, grab one person, and go back down. He will do this over and over and over, more than 30 times. And by the time he stops, he will have destroyed the one thing his entire life had been built around. He didn't know that yet. In that moment, the only number that mattered was how many people were still inside. To understand how a man was even capable of this, you have to know who he was before he jumped in. His name was Shavarsh Karapetyan, and in September of 1976 he was, by a wide margin, the best in the world at something almost nobody thinks about. His sport was Finswimming, underwater swimming with a monofin, and at the elite level, holding your breath or using compressed air to cover enormous distances underwater, fast. Shavarsh was not merely good at it. He was, at that point, an 11-time world record holder, a multiple world and European champion, a Soviet sports celebrity. His body and his lungs had been trained for years to do one very specific thing: survive underwater, under stress, longer and better than any other human alive. He had no way of knowing that his entire career had been, in effect, preparation for a single afternoon he never trained for. On September 16, 1976, Shavarsh had just finished a training run along the edge of Yerevan Lake in Armenia, then part of the Soviet Union. He was with his brother Kamo. He'd already completed his usual distance, around 20 kilometers, and his body was spent. Then he heard it, a crash. He turned and saw a trolleybus, an electric city bus, losing control, going off the dam wall and plunging into the reservoir. It sank fast, coming to rest on the bottom, 10 meters down, about 25 meters from shore. There were 92 people on board, and there was exactly one person on the shore of that lake with the physical ability to reach them in time. It happened to be the best underwater swimmer on the planet. Shavarsh went in. He swam to the sunken bus, dove down through water so murky he was working almost entirely by feel, and attacked the rear window, kicking it in with his legs because the glass was the only way inside. The water flooding through was filthy, mixed with sewage, and every trip was the same brutal sequence. Dive down into the dark, find a body by touch, pull them free through the broken window, drag them up to the surface, hand them off, and go back down. Each descent cost him roughly 25 seconds. Each one, he came back up with a person. Some of the people he grabbed were already gone. In the blackness, he couldn't tell, so he brought up everyone he could reach, including, at one point, a seat cushion he mistook for a body, a mistake that haunted him afterward, because in those few seconds, he could have saved a living person instead. He kept going until he physically could not anymore. He is credited with personally pulling around 46 people out of that bus. 20 of them survived. If a world champion spending himself completely to bring up strangers, one 25-second dive at a time, is the kind of story you think more people should know, hit that like button. It tells me these are exactly the ones worth telling. Tell me in the comments what you think you'd have the strength to do. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time, because the price he paid for those 20 lives is the part the story almost never includes. Shavarsh collapsed after the rescue. The filthy, sewage-laced water he had been swimming through for all those dives had gotten deep into his lungs. He developed double pneumonia and sepsis, blood poisoning. For weeks, with a fever spiking dangerously high, doctors fought to keep him alive. He survived. But his lungs were permanently damaged. The finely tuned respiratory system that had made him the best underwater swimmer in the world was wrecked by the very act of saving those people. He would never compete at that level again. The career was over. 20 lives in exchange for the one extraordinary thing he had spent his whole life becoming. He never described it as a bad trade, and here is the detail that makes it stranger. For years, almost nobody knew he had done it. There was no wave of national headlines in 1976, no medal ceremony broadcast across the Soviet Union. The story stayed local, half forgotten, for 6 years. It wasn't until 1982, when a Soviet newspaper finally ran a full account titled "The Underwater Battle of the Champion," that the wider public learned the man who had emptied that bus was one of the most decorated athletes in the country. He hadn't been hiding it out of modesty exactly. It simply had not occurred to him that it was a story. To him, it was just the thing that happened. And it was not the last time. In 1985, Shavarsh was near a large public building in Yerevan when a fire broke out, trapping people inside. He went in again. He helped pull people out of the burning building, and again, he was badly hurt, this time with serious burns, and again, a long hospital stay. A man whose body had already been broken once by rescuing strangers walked into a fire and let it happen a second time. Shavarsh Karapetyan won something in the order of 37 gold medals in a sport almost no one remembers. He is alive today, and he is not remembered for a single one of them. He is remembered for 25 seconds, repeated until his lungs gave out, in the dark, at the bottom of a lake, for people whose names he never knew. The best underwater swimmer of his generation gave the greatest performance of his life in the one place where absolutely nobody could watch it, and then almost never mentioned it again. If you want more stories like this one, real, forgotten, hidden in the details the official version leaves out, watch the video that's on your screen right now. Here on It Sounds Like Fiction. But it's history. There's always one more secret waiting.